In this video, I'm going to cover 2 real-life and truly creepy paranormal events submitted by Creepy Clown Girl, a popular and well-respected horror community supporter and poet. I found them so interesting that I was privileged with the photos and stories provided to me to do this video. I want to thank her for her time, and let's get started with the first story. South Mountain Park, Arizona. There's something special about this desert that's mysterious and magical. Stories of lost treasure, legends and traditions handed down by native tribes, ancient ruins from civilizations past. It's a combination of all these elements that lead to the perfect landscape for paranormal activity, as Creepy Clown Girl discovered. Creepy Clown Girl, her niece and daughter decided they wanted to spend the day hiking at this park. They grabbed a backpack of water and snacks and got in their car. They drove up the mountain to the final destination called the National Trail that led them to Fat Man's Pass. This pass is a narrow opening between the mountain and you've got to squeeze through it, hence its name. They arrived at the parking lot, grabbed their phones and backpack and started down the trail. It was a rough and rocky trail but manageable. While going down the trail, they were laughing, talking, and enjoying each other's company. After walking 2 miles, they decided to take a break. They came to an opening in the side of the mountain, and at the time the sun hadn't actually reached that side of the mountain yet. Her daughter, being the curious person she is, decided that she'll climb up to the opening of the mountain, while Creepy Clown Girl and her niece remained at the bottom, just off the trail. When she got up there, she stood by a rock formation within the opening of the mountain, and both Creepy Clown Girl and her niece started to take pictures. They all then took off again and walked for another 2 miles until they reached a hole in the rock and rested there and looked at the photos on the phone. What they discovered was horrifyingly creepy. The daughter started looking closely at the phone and freaked out when she noticed her eyes looked possessed, and another photo of her cloaked in a dark shadow. After everyone observed these photos, they got the hell out of there and took off back to their car. They looked closely at these photos. Here's a picture of her daughter normally. Now here's a picture of the photo with her looking possessed. You can see in the eyes they don't look anything like what they normally do. Her daughter is turned around when the cloak image appeared. However, she is not wearing a hoodie, she is not leaning forward, and the black sweater is way too high up for it to be leaning forward. I've been assured by Creepy Clown Girl that none of the photos are edited either. One possible theory I've come up with is that Arizona is a rich ancient ground full of tribal myths and legends. Another is a sighting of a paranormal flying humanoid in the area, which resembles the same shape and colour. Could it be possible that this humanoid and the tribal spirits happened to suddenly assume the shape of Creepy Clown Girl's daughter, transforming her into a cloaked image and possessing her? Tell us your thoughts in the comment section. It was the summer of 1987, and I was 17 years of age when this experience occurred. I lived at my aunt's house and decided I was going to visit my sister. We both lived in the same city that summer. My sister at the time was married and had 2 small children, and she and her family lived in a house with a attached barn to it. The best way I could describe this house is like an old-fashioned redwood farmhouse. And though it was in the city, it was surrounded by trees, and in the back had a couple of old shacks and chicken coops, but didn't have any chickens. Although my sister had a front door, they always preferred everyone to use the side door, and as you walk in, immediately to the right was a doorway that led to a long, dark, narrow, and creepy closet. And just inside of a doorway, and to the right, was a bathroom, and to the end of the closet was another door that led into a barn. The side door opened into the kitchen though, and immediately was a dining room, and if you walk there to your right would be the living room, and another right would be a bedroom and another bathroom. Just walking into that place gave me the creeps. I don't know why at the time, but it just did. My sister never really told me anything about the history of the house. I don't know if she didn't know, or just thought nothing of it, and didn't mention it to me. Well, like I said, on this particular day, I went to go and visit her, and while she was doing her laundry, I decided I would go and explore, because I was getting bored. Little did I know at the time that my boredom and my curiosity would leave me with an image I would never forget, or prepare me for what was about to happen. Anyway, after using the restroom, I walked down the long, dark closet to the door that would lead me to outside into the barn, and for some reason, as I approached that door, I went to open it, I just froze. Something told me, don't open that door. And I listened to my gut feeling, but then I didn't. As I opened the door, you have to step down 2 steps. I did this, and I turned, and for whatever reason, I looked up into the loft, and there was a guy up there and had a rope in his hand, and it was almost like he was staring right into my soul. Even though I knew it wasn't me he was looking at, but either way, I just stood there frozen and unable to say anything. I watched as the guy put the rope around his neck, and then he jumped. I tried to scream, but nothing would come out. My heart was pounding so hard, I thought it was going to pop out and explode. I don't remember how long I was there, watching that ghost swinging.